Green Life Lounge. Let's get into it. What you got?
So you already, so you already told us how it started, how you acquired the money to get the building,
How we? Yes.
how you came up with the thought from the news. Tell me the progression of it. The peaks, the pits,
Ooh, that might be a long story. Well,
and you don't have to go into detail all about all the bad stuff because
no, the bad it's part of the story. We gotta go into all of it. I'm gonna be as quick as possible about it. But Green Life Lounge had very high peaks. It had also low valleys. Um, Most importantly, the peaks. We had great times, man. It's my first time in life ever feeling accomplished as a man, other than army stuff and stuff like that. But um, most importantly, our first year, you and I netted over $1 million from January of 2019 to January 2020. We netted. We did well. How about that? We did well. It felt good. There was bumps and bumps along the road. We had situations where of course, we had break-ins, robbery threats, and stuff like that. But the main thing with that was it just felt good to be able to take care of certain stuff with, financially. I'm a financial dude. I'm a person that cares about, loves, wants to see everybody doing better. I love to help people.
mm-hmm.
That afforded us to buy cars for him, buy cars for her, whatever. But as far as the initial first few months, it was my idea, your idea, and my brother's idea. You were the brains. My brother and I were the fucking
Boots on the ground.
boots on the ground. There you go. Me and TR was in that bitch, cold as hell. Not that the heat wasn't on, it was just so cold in the time we opened up. But the money was flowing so good. We in that bitch laughing, joking, talking shit because we never seen money like this before.
Mm-hmm.
A consistent.
It was a build up though.
No, it's for sure a build
It was a
up.
build up.
Absolutely. We done had some days we sitting there all day long, me and TR, from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, sometimes 10 at night. We might make $700.
Mm-hmm.
But still, at that time, go back to the army. I was making $700 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing 700 a day.
Mm-hmm.
So he had my brother's a hustler too. He seen money too. So this wasn't new to him. But with me seeing the future of it, that was potentially a lot of money because I seen how he was operating his business on Joy Road. He was going fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Again, I sat there for 1 hour with him. 1 hour. Mm-hmm. And I seen at least 5,000 come through there. Mm-hmm. So his slow days when I was selling him bows was 25,000 a day, 30,000 a day. Mm-hmm. Right. So by me getting into it when I got into it, and we should get into it earlier, but you said about this damn food truck, your fault because.
Not my fault. We tried to get a building. We tried to get a couple buildings. So we was trying to lease a building, and the landlords did not want to lease to us.
Right.
Yes. So don't say that.
That's
we were trying to get a building, and they was asking us, "Hey, what are you trying to do with the building?" What you using it for?
Yeah.
And we were honest and said what we were trying to do, and they were not trying to lease to us.
That's a fact. That's
true. So
true.
leasing was not an option for us at that point in time.
Correct.
So I tried it your way. Let's put that on record.
So what we did was boss the fuck up, got our money up, and bought our fucking building.
Period.
Our own landlords. So I slept with my landlord every goddamn night. So you my landlord, I'm your landlord. But long story short, listen, we getting started to the money. Mm-hmm. January, February come around. My birthday, February 21st, 2019. You wouldn't have bought me this chain right here. It was the time of my life. It wasn't about just the jewelry, but you bought my chain with my dad's face on it. I cried at the shop.
Like a little weep.
That's cool. But think about it. We invested $34,000 on top of the bow. We probably spent about maybe $5,000-6,000 on bows. So we made that money back within the first month. Mm-hmm. After that, we all green, we all clear. Mm-hmm. So we had our days we doing $1,300 a day, sometimes $700 a day, sometimes 600 sometimes 1,400.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, my brother had showed me so much loyalty that I said, fuck this. When we first had talked about it, I told him, I said, bro, I'm going to give you, just because who you are, period. You know my brother right here for me, that's my baby. I said, I'm going to give you 10% of everything in the business up until 1,000 a day, right? So he was getting 100 a day, essentially. I said, but I'm going to give you all edible sales. You own that part of the business. I'm going to give you all Kool-Aid. I want the weed. The weed is mine. But if you decide to sell my fucking Kool-Aid, edibles, whatever, you own that. So he started making brownies, edibles. He started bubbling. I'm great with that. But looking at the numbers and how we were doing good, so good financially, I said, fuck the 10% of just the first 1,000. Because that's what E was paying his people that worked at his spot. I learned most of my shit from E. I said, fuck just giving you 10% of 1,000. We might do 5,000 tomorrow. You get 500. That's how I started seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a selfish person. My thing is, I want everybody to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did he get the edible money, the Kool-Aid money, whatever, my main thing was the weed. So that made him feel good, made me feel good. Our household was good anyway. We cleared the first investment within the first 30 days, so we wasn't tripping. So yeah, that's how that went. So as far as break-ins and stuff like that, that happened. We had people stealing from us and stuff like that, but I could break it down, but I don't really care to.
Yeah, you have to, because we see the bigger picture. So it went from Green Life on Wyoming to what? What came after Green Life on Wyoming?
After Green Life on Wyoming started doing so good, and my wife stacking her money so much, and my brother stacking his money so much, they decided, you and him decided to call me one day and ask me, what do I feel about y'all getting y'all own building? That rubbed me the wrong way. Yes. It was either you and him, or it was. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
That's not true.
Go for it. What you
Tell me what building you talking about.
I don't know what building it was, but you said something about can I get my own Green Life Lounge or something like that?
Did not say that.
Go for it. What you say?
I never asked you to get our own building.
Okay. What I remember is you said something about let's get another one or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, cool. No, you ain't said let's get another. You said you it was something about you want us to get another building with TR or you and somebody else or some shit like that. I was like, that's cool, but can't use Green Life Lounge name without me.
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, that's old times. But long story short, Wyoming did so well, and you saved so much money, and my brother saved so much money. We eventually started to consider branching off and buying other buildings and getting more Green Life Lounges. Essentially, that turned out to be not a good decision because the city started making laws and rules, and correct me if I'm wrong, about how you can accept donations and gifts for, weed or whatever the case may be, because they can't tax us. They wasn't getting no money from us. So we'd have had city officials come out of the building like, shut it down and what's going on here, this type of thing. So we had all type of red tape with that.
Yeah,
but
I think that you kind of brung that on yourself, and I will only say that because you're so open and like transparent when it comes to things that you do, because you feel like, listen, I ain't got to be the only one that had a sauce. I'm gonna put everybody else on. When people start coming in like, what you doing, man? What you doing? Like, yeah, all you gotta do is do this and say it's gifts and donations, and you good to go. The city caught on, so even though we had already made a staple for ourselves as Green Life in Wyoming, other people started catching on because you was giving the game out for free. You was just telling any and everybody that wanted to know. Go ahead. And then it became a thing now around the city. So, of course, the city caught on like, hold on. We shouldn't have said that. Like, they not wrong in what they doing, but now we gotta put a law or some
Find a
type
way to
of
make money.
ordinance out
Absolutely.
there to make sure that this is not a thing, and also that we can make money from it too, because ultimately it comes down to the dollars.
I agree with that part, but I think that you're wrong by saying that I was giving the free game out to everybody. But I did do some sucker shit, and I talked to the wrong people who I thought that I could trust or fuck with whatever else. They asked me, "How you get a dispensary license?" I'm like, "Bro, I did share a little bit too much with the wrong people." They
I don't
start
know who
popping them
wrong
up,
or right. I just remember you telling it to
but it wasn't
whoever.
even everybody because a lot of people came in and asked me, "How am I doing?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't." I lied to say I got a license to a lot of people,
Oh, I remember that.
but no, that's a fact. TR can tell you about that. He'll let you know that I wasn't freely giving the game away, but
Mm.
eventually the wrong people or the right people have got the information from me and start doing their own thing and made the shit. They blew the spot up. They made the spot
Mhm.
hot,
Mhm.
but
So Green Life did pretty well.
mm-hmm.
It eventually got you to where you could get your dream cars, dream
Yes,
house.
yep, yep.
What you do with your investments? What you do with your profits?
Um, I've been a big giver my whole life, so I mean, for the sake of interview, I can say it verbally now, just for so y'all can know. But even before Green Life, I bought my wife a Range Rover, took to her job or whatever, and took it to your job. So I love stuff like that. But when I did it initially, my first time buying your first Range Rover, it was because I was selling bowls to dispensaries and whatever. But when I had 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, thousands lined up, I was able to sit back and think like, dog, I didn't necessarily care for a Maybach or want a Maybach, but when I saw I had 200,000 sitting there, I said, fuck, I'm gonna go buy one. This is to me, this is like the dream car. That's like a Phantom to me. In my own personal small life, I know there's plenty of guys that got better cars, whatever. Probably not better cars, but my thing was I was able to afford myself a fucking Maybach. That was my biggest accomplishment as far as for me personally. Um, and yeah, my next biggest flex with that, with Green Life doing so well, other than your Range Rover I got for you, and surprise you at your job with. For you told me years ago that you always wanted a G5 wagon, Mercedes, and I was able to do that
Mhm.
with your brains. Me and my brothers, boots on the ground. We
Mhm.
stacked so much cheese up, whereas I was able to get you a G wagon.
Mhm.
And we got my brother a brand new truck, a brand new Ram truck he wanted for a long time. I bought my brother Vail a truck. I gave my Uncle Joe a car.
You bought my mama a truck.
I bought your mom a truck because the money was just so good. It
Mhm.
felt good. This is also amongst like getting raided because again, like I said, we blew the shit up so goddamn bad and so much. The city couldn't find a way to tax us or whatever, so they started sending police there and we would get raided. Open up the very next day. It happened. It happened all the time. We got raided at
Mhm.
least 6 or 7 times just on Wyoming.
Mhm.
This before we bought the Diddle No Finkel, and we
Mhm.
partnered with Bean and Shaq, which is your sister, and my brother-in-law. Our people. Finkel started doing okay. It was doing maybe. It was doing okay. Finkel
Mhm.
was doing okay. Um, we got Liver Noise open. Um, that was doing pretty good too.
Mhm.
Um, we got Wyoming. We got Finkel, which is our Finkel and Myers. Then we went to bought another building, which is the first dispensary I thought I should have bought in the first place on Liver Noise off of Finkel. We still own that building. Um, it started doing good. You invested with Finkel and Myers. Then you and TR invested with Liver Noise and Finkel. We owned that. It was doing pretty good. Then you, myself, TR, and Bean bought 6 Mile location.
Mhm.
And I think one of my biggest problems with Green Life Lounge was not necessarily that um, they were all doing pretty good because 6 Mile didn't really take off like that. But the main issue I had with the city is that I named them all the same name.
Mhm.
If I'd have named just Wyoming Green Life Lounge, cool.
Mhm.
We should have named Finkel something different because
I feel like you were taunting them.
They felt like that, yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't feel like that. My thing was, I want to keep this fucking brand going
Mhm.
because you guys told me when I first saw the news, the episode the news where the police officer said you could start, accepting donations, cash donations for weed or whatever else. My thing was, we talked to the city. The city told us to take this out the bylaws, put this in the bylaws. Don't say nothing about marijuana. Take this out. We said, okay, cool. We submitted it. They approved it.
Mhm.
So my thing was like, shit, I ain't doing nothing wrong
Mhm.
because this is city officials telling us if you're gonna do Green Life Lounge, don't say nothing about weed in your bylaws and just accept cash donations and whatever. So I felt like I can keep my name going, which is Green
Mhm.
Life Lounge. And turns
Mhm.
out they wouldn't fuck with it eventually because they weren't making no money from it.
Mhm. But I mean, before Green Life Lounge had its fall, you were able to make a good, decent amount of money out of that and make some
Absolutely.
investments before you left. So one of them being big house in Rochester,
Yes. Yes. Um,
the
it's
Cook Estates.
yes. It's my second favorite big investment.
Mhm.
My favorite big investment was the first building. Cost 34,000. Whoop,
Mhm.
got that. That's my it's my bread and butter, my baby. Um, but yes, with with you, Bean, Shaq, TR, all of our collective minds together and selling this weed and stacking, whatever the case may be. I stacked so much money that I was able to fulfill one of my own personal childhood dreams and fulfill your dreams. So yes, I was able to buy us a mansion in Rochester.
And we actually didn't even want to buy that house. We had another house that we really liked, which was in Farmington Hills. Remember the one was the basketball hoop in the driveway, and they had the mimosa room. We called it.
That was way prior to the Green Life
But
Lounge
I'm just
though.
saying that
Yeah,
was the
yeah, for
initial house
sure.
that we
Yeah,
wanted.
that
And
was
then we
yeah.
stopped looking for houses, and then we started looking again, and then we were finding other houses that we liked, and then they were kind of sort of in neighborhoods that we didn't feel like we were really welcome in.
Mm.
And then that made us just up the budget, up the budget. Well, made me
No,
up the
it ain't
budget.
make us. It made you up the budget. I
Made
was
me
cool at
up the
about seven hundred
budget, up the
thousand.
budget. I'm like, look, if we're making this a day, we can afford this. We'll pay it off in 2-3 years. So yeah, we went above and beyond our initial budget, but I love the house. The kids love the house. The block was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The it was we deserved it.
No, for sure, and we still do. It's just that the house was 9,000 square feet. 9,000, I think 9,000 plus with the pool area.
Mhm.
It was great. I loved it.
Mhm.
Just to drive out there every single night, ride past the Christmas lights downtown Rochester. It was cool. I love it. I like the fact that you love it, the kids love it, but it wasn't practical. It was not. It felt so comfortable and so good.
It
Yes,
was the
you're right about
safest
that.
I ever felt to a certain up until a certain time. But yes, it was the safest I ever felt.
Absolutely. Yeah, I get that. That's why I got to get it back. Not that one, that specific one,
We
but
don't gotta go back out to Rochester.
nah. But
That was a long drive. That was a good. I think it took us. Actually, I don't think. I know for a fact, for us to drive from our house to range cheer practice, 51 minutes
on a good day.
on a regular day. Yes.
Yes. Yep.
51
Yep.
minutes. So that means I drove. I had to leave an hour before practice, and then it took me an hour to get home. And you hated it because my baby was always coming home after her bedtime
That's right. No, I did not
to
like
go to
that.
school.
I didn't like that.
It's nothing I could do about my drive time. Everybody getting home in 20, 30 minutes. We getting home an hour later after
Absolutely.
practice.
Yeah.
So it was safe. It was comfortable. It was well deserved. It was just very inconvenient time wise because everything we did was outside of school was in the city. I mean, we shopped out there, grocery shop and stuff like that, but family, business, extracurricular activities, it was all an hour drive.
So yeah, we had our ups and small downs with that mansion, man. Like I said, I was able to afford my family a fucking mansion. Though it took me 38, 39, 40 years, I still was able to do it. I don't regret buying it.
Oh no, I don't think you should.
No, I don't regret buying it at all.
We appreciated it.
When we sold it, I felt really good about selling it because, again, just the bills alone was 18,000 a month. And by us getting shut down at Green Life and stuff like that, it wasn't practical no more. Plus, we still got this nice ass house here. But yes, Green Life did that. Green Life bought the mansion, it bought the Maybach, it bought the fucking Infinity truck, it bought whatever. And I'm forever grateful for it. I would my life when my life story is told, you cannot tell my life story without Green Life Lounge. And that's because of myself, you, and TR. Period, point blank. So